Are we live?
Hey, little Jonathan James here, just to announce that this is a Patron. What the hell is it's a thing called Patron only live stream?
Okay.
So please, hey, listen to me. If you want to talk, go into the Discord. There's a link in the description. Give me, you can ask me a question, LaJonathan James, L-Dron James, I've been calling myself.
Okay.
All this stuff. Hey, lad, I gotta get the hell out of here. Oh, also, let us know when it is the best day to do this live stream. Because I don't know what the hell's going on. LaDron James, bye.
Okay, there's LaDron James. All right, we got to do a quick treat check. What did I buy at the place? I bought this at some gas station. Slime liquor, squeeze sour candy. This is actually legitimately bad. Wait, hold on. There's only one way I could describe this thing that I bought.
Disgusting.
It actually just tastes like it's rotten or something. But anyway, I got some clips to play. We're gonna take some calls in the Patron only live stream. Let's see. Oh, there are some people in the Discord. Let's see what's up. Ooh, look at this. A good name right here. Ambrosia. Are you there? Ambrosia.
Oh, hi! I was the first caller.
You're the first. You're the first call. You're the
how's
first.
it going, man?
You should just say first and then hang up.
Oh my god.
You know how people do that?
Oh yeah, I'd be one of those guys.
Well, what's going on, Ambrosia?
Not much really. My birthday was on November 4th, so I got the worst birthday present possible the day after.
Wow.
And then, thankfully, my spouse got me the best birthday present to kind of make up for that, so that's cool at least.
Can you tell us what you got, or are you trying to keep this a secret?
Oh no, we're taking the trip up to Dallas. Two of my favorite bands are playing there this weekend.
Who are
We're
they?
already going up for a wedding, but Machine Girl and Blood Incantation.
Whoa. I'd see Machine Girl.
Machine Girl is great live from what I've seen, so I'm really excited to finally
So
get one of their shows.
So kind of a mixed bag, like sort of an election that proved to be sort of politics in the United States has kind of hit
we're fucked.
hit an unfortunate situation, but on the bright side, you get to see Machine Girl.
Yes, definitely. It'll be a good time.
What's your attitude at a music show? Are you kind of like arms crossed, just appreciating the music, or are you marching around? What do you?
It usually depends on the type of show. Like I grew up in the hardcore scene, like the local hardcore scene. So I'm like usually in the pit going pretty nuts, but I'm almost 30 now, so that's a little harder now.
Okay, and this is your wife who bought the tickets?
My spouse, they're non-binary.
Okay, your spouse. Sorry. Okay, so are you telling them are you like, I gotta go out there, I gotta go smash into people, you wait here, I'll be back, or are they involved?
Yeah, we went to a show in Dallas actually about a month ago, just a bunch of metal bands.
Okay.
But yeah, that was exactly how it is, because they are not a pit person. I'm like, get crazy in the pit.
Okay, will you kind of do us a favor and shout? Maybe you could record this on your phone. Shout Lana Del Rey at them.
I would love to.
All right. We'll be looking forward to that.
All right,
Ambrosia, I'll
appreciate it.
let you go. Come back later if you want. Should we watch a clip? Let's watch a clip. Actually, I think I got it. No, not that. Where is it? Where's the thing? I got a Zizek. Zizek's been making some appearances. Let's check out what his little ass has to say. He's probably going to say this.
Toilets.
Let's check him out. Let's check out if he's being...
Weird.
The US, just for a second, you described Donald Trump as, quote, the ultimate postmodern relativist cynical politician. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, explain yourself, Zizek, goddamn you.
I mean this. This is. I'm very glad that you mentioned this because I'm proud of this designation.
Yes, that's
Trump,
great.
of course, flirts with Christian fundamentalism and so on. But look at how he acts, how he talks, his other gestures, and so on.
Okay.
He is self-ironical. He makes fun of himself. He doesn't care if he is caught lying.
It's weird.
He uses, I will not repeat them because it would be too obscene, all the dirty, obscene, sexualized designation of opponents and so on and so on. So this...
People in the chat are doing a nose count. Yes, I have to touch the nose. He does. That's his style.
Self-relativization and so on. And this lack of dignity. This is postmodernist. Just compare Trump to Bernie Sanders.
Never heard of him.
Bernie Sanders, as a person, not privately, but let's say his public persona, isn't he a good, old-fashioned, moral majority person? He never goes into vulgarities. He acts with shame. He retains his dignity. So when we hear these critiques of postmodernity, my answer is, sorry, but Donald Trump, with his constant mocking, you cannot catch him, he always finds a way out, pure sophism and so on, he is the true postmodern president.
Oh, a little shot at a friend of the show, Jordy Peterman there. Oh, let's take a slime liquor taste real quick before we get into this. Yep, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Slime liquor. I think that's one of the bands that guys is going to see. Machine Girl, Blood Incantation, and Slime Liquor. I think you forgot to mention that.
Toilets.
Goddamn him to hell. Let's see who else we got. So this Zizek interview is actually pretty interesting, but I thought that was a good point. Like, Bernard Saunders is the sort of like, I don't know, what would you call it? Like, more of like a reserved, like, Christian kind of guy. And Trump is kind of the wild, postmodernist, slippery. It is weird. We are in a weird situation, but Zizek, as always, putting a clever little spin on it. Ryan, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Ryan, how are you?
Good. You are Ryan as well. Yes.
Yeah. How are you? Good name.
I'm
choice.
I'm okay.
Where are you? Where in the world are you discording in from?
I'm from Michigan, United States.
Oh, from United States.
Yeah. Yes.
You like it there or what? What's
no.
the vibe in Michigan right now?
Everybody's pissed, but we voted for the guy.
Right.
But everybody in my circle is pissed. But we're kind
They're
of
a little unhappy.
Yeah.
Michigan was kind of a big focus with all the polls and all that.
It always is.
It always is. Well, what's going on? What else is on your mind on this beautiful Sunday night?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I got nothing. You got nothing going on.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. What do you like Michigan or no? You hate it? You want to get out of there?
It's beautiful. I'm in the Upper Peninsula. It's the most beautiful place I've ever been.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't hear. Something's wrong with my Discord.
Oh no.
Hello?
LeDron James is trying to.
What's that guy saying?
Okay. LeDron James is trying to Discord in. Sorry about that. All right.
Okay.
Well, Ryan, glad to hear from Michigan. Let's see what Ben Redder has to say. Ben Redder, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Ben Redder, what's up? What's going on with you? God damn it.
Not so much. I'm the classified cinema guy. Do you remember what that is?
Wait. Oh, you're from Classified Cinema.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, give Classified Cinema a shout out. Give us the elevator pitch for Classified Cinema.
Secret movies in Seattle. Come see a movie without knowing what it is, and yeah, I'll show you something that will take your mind off the stupid elections.
What kind of movie are you showing? Because this is what I heard, and you correct me if I'm wrong. You've been showing adult films.
Yes, as in catering to adults. Yes, they mostly starring adults, mostly made by adults. Unless you have a different definition of adult that I'm not aware of.
Well, I heard they have explicit content in them.
Yes, explicitly filmed and for cinematic entertainment. Yes, that's what happens.
Okay, so people of Seattle, go check this out. You're trying to like take this show on the road? I've heard too.
Oh yeah, 100%. I really want to come to Austin.
What's a good underrated movie that we should watch that you think is underappreciated? Any time period.
I think you should go on YouTube and search for Einstein's Brain.
Einstein's Brain.
Yeah, I think it would blow your mind. And if you haven't already seen it, it is one of the most fun, it's that thing where you're showing it to somebody and they're asking you again and again, is this a documentary? Is this real? Did this really happen? And yes, it's all real. And I promise, we showed it in September on my birthday. And at the climax, there were multiple huge swells of like cheering when certain things happen, and you'll know what I mean when you see it. But I don't want to give anything else away from it. Incredible movie.
Can you put a link in the chat because I can't find it? I'm too stupid.
Yes, 100%. We paired that with this other movie called "I Married the Eiffel Tower," which is about people who are objective sexuals. I might be mispronouncing that, but there's literally a lady who is married to the Eiffel Tower. Like her her last name is La Tour Eiffel, because she legally married the Eiffel Tower. And I won't lie, she has sex with the Eiffel Tower in the movie. So yes, we do show adult films.
Wow.
If you include that.
So you're showing kind of like pervert movies, people call them. I don't say that, but I like the idea of this Eiffel Tower movie. Maybe we'll watch it looks like the entire thing is on YouTube.
Both movies are entirely on YouTube. Yeah, they're not the greatest quality. They're both they were like TV documentaries. They're both about an hour long, and they are incredible work.
All right,
they should be. Everyone should know what they are.
Okay, I'm gonna watch some of this. I Married the Eiffel Tower thing, and I'll see you in Seattle soon. I want to come to one of these things.
Yo, you better, man. Like, we would totally let you help curate one. If you wanted to do a bit before it, we could do that. If you wanted like a live show, I could help you do that. Like anything to get you to come here would be super fun, and I think you'd have a great time.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out to you. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen this year, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's entirely possible, and yeah, man, I would love to.
All right, bye, Ben. Let me write that down. Ben Redder Cinema. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. Should we watch another clip? I do want to watch this Eiffel Tower movie. Some lady's going like this. Then she goes like this. What? And then somebody sees it and they go,
It's weird.
With the Eiffel Tower. The whole thing is on YouTube. Amazing. Hell yeah, brother. Let's check this out. Ooh, this is 3 days, 773,000 views. Haven't watched this guy. I can't believe this guy's still around. Sean Hannity. Seems old-timey. Let's see what his little ass is saying.
Right. Instead of taking any responsibility for their loss, the Democrats' blame game has started as they desperately now try to pin the loss on anything but their own far-left policies. Last night, after Donald Trump's victory, Dave Portnoy of Barstool's fame.
Dave Portnoy. And now, for expert commentary, the guy who eats pizza on YouTube. I like that Dave Portnoy is always like chiming in on political stuff. It's just like, people just want you to eat pizza in YouTube, in a YouTube.
in a video he shared on social media, explained how Democrats gave the American people no choice.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
That's on YouTube.
A lot of people are asking, like, how did Trump get more votes than he got last time? Well, here's the answer.
Okay.
Because people like myself, independents or moderates, the Democrats gave us no choice. The Democrats gave us no choice. That was the worst campaign, and their pure arrogance and their moral superiority have driven people away.
Okay.
If you say you're voting for Trump, suddenly you're a Nazi, you're Hitler, you're garbage. Enough. Tonight is on the Democrats. Congratulations, Donald Trump. I voted for him, and I felt I had no choice but to vote for him for the campaign that the Democrats ran.
Okay.
And you know what? He's right, Americans. So you're sick and tired of Democrats, their far-left policies. You know, take a look at Deep Blue California. Proposition.
Okay. Hold on. Their far-left policies. That's so funny because it's like, it's so obvious that Kamala Harris was doing like a right-wing turn. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of like, we're going to stop immigration, all this stuff. It's too far left. It's too far. That was the problem. It's too far left. That is the propaganda machine, like just kicking in. In a goofy, ridiculous. That's funny. Like Dave Portnoy, he's just like, look, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I eat pizza all day, but I gotta chime in on this and give like an absolute meaningless take on the election. Big J 863, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Wow, sounding really clear. What kind of mic are we working with here? Because it sounds really good.
I appreciate it. I'm using Apple AirPods. I'm using the brand new 4s.
Was not expecting it. Wow, they sound pretty good.
I know. I was shocked when I was on FaceTime with some people, and they were telling me the same thing. I was like, God dang, I didn't realize they were going to be this good.
You know what? I was talking a lot of Schmidt about the slime liquor squeeze sour candy. It is bad, but I keep eating it. I just keep eating it.
I see that.
Yeah. It's not, I'm not really sticking to my convictions on this one. But anyway, Big J, you got these new fancy AirPods. What's going on? What's going on with you? What's on your mind?
Hey, nothing much, man. Just the election stuff. It was kind of a shame down here in Florida. Voted. It just I thought it was kind of insane that we are now a state that kind of voted for this guy that took away the right for abortion, and that was on the ticket, was also securing the right for abortion. And
yeah, that happened. That happened a lot. That does kind of like confirm the little theory that it's like, there's no real, like, we have such a weird view of like political stuff here, or I guess it's just like worldwide now, where it's like, it should be like material stuff, like healthcare, and they're helping me make my life a little bit easier, right? It's like they're pushing me up the pyramid of needs. It's like I don't have to worry about getting ripped off as much. I don't have to worry about getting scalped by health insurance companies. But since we don't have that kind of political situation, people are just like, it's just this vapor, weird politics where they're like, oh, I guess I saw that guy on PBD, or he seems cool, or I don't who knows what people are making these decisions based on, because then you look at the actual real material political stuff like you're talking about, and people are voting the other way. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really doesn't make a lot of sense looking at it from, like, if I'm trying to think of, okay, people who aren't in media, whether it's, not in media, but I mean like in like independent or online media, if they're more like mainstream, if they're watching like the news and they're watching like TV, I don't know exactly, because I don't watch those, exactly like what's going on, but it just seems so outlandish that like that someone wouldn't put two together, like, hey, we had this freedom years ago, and now I'm going to vote for the guy that took it away, but also on the tickets, the same thing he took away. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's super weird. There's a funny, I mean, not funny, like bizarre thing that
Yeah, I know.
if you watch the Tim Pool Sam Cedar thing, Tim
Mm-hmm.
Tim Pool. I don't know how widespread this is in the right wingosphere, but like Tim Pool has this idea that what needs to happen with abortion rights and abortion legislation is they need to. I guess the Supreme Court needs to decide when life begins, which, like, if you go back and read, they argued this. This is what, like, Roe versus Wade was about, where they argued, okay, how do we do this with the abortion stuff? And they, like, explicitly said, I mean, they completed the argument, which was like, that's, like, philosophy, and that's subjective, that different people believe different stuff about that. So we're not going to go into that. We're just going to say, hey, believe whatever you want about when life begins and all that. We're just not going to invade women's privacy, and we're not going to force people to give birth, And that's like, that's kind of the end of, like, this is an argument that's been finished and then dragged back up for, like, opportunistic, a ruling class.
Right, that was it.
Yeah, that was
exactly.
it. Like, we had it figured out, and a lot of the stuff they're saying is, like, almost like going back over stuff that has already been gone over, but it is like political trickery. Like they're using people, and people are getting hurt from it, and it's making people's lives harder and all this stuff just as like a political trick. It's disgusting.
Even in Florida alone, I see all the time. I'll see these stories of either younger teenagers or just young adults, and they have to go through with these pregnancies because doctors are freaking out. They're like, I don't know at what point I'm okay to start doing this procedure, since I don't want to be, I don't want to have my license taken away, and I don't want to. It's unreal as the situation. The situation we're going through, and I'm just shocked that not only did it get on the ballot, but it didn't pass, which is like, what the heck? It's like, you guys, I don't even know anymore. It's like, all you guys in the polling said, oh yeah, we're all in favor for abortion, and then when it comes down to the poll, what happened? Why? And it's even majority Florida had it, but it wasn't a majority enough, because it's a majority, but if it's not majority enough. I think it's 60% it needed, and it got 57 or something.
Yeah,
it sucked.
It's a crazy one. Well, Big J, talk to you later. Bye. The other thing is the what is it? Proposition 6 in California? The prison labor thing? Hold on. Let's see if we could find this Schmidt right here, because this ended up failing. This is a weird one. This is a weird one right here. California proposition to ban forced prison labor trails in early election results. So this failed. We'll come back to this because I want to find find an explanation for this. I did read so it's basically like, hey, they pay prisoners like nothing, like 74 cents an hour or something like that. It's like slave labor basically. And there was like a vote to like, hey, you can't do that anymore, and people like didn't vote for that in California. So I kind of want to get it. The one explanation I heard is like, well, people didn't understand it. They didn't understand like the wording of the law or something. So they're like, yeah, keep slave labor in California. And that's a funny explanation though. People were just like, I don't get what this is saying. So who knows? We'll read more about that. We'll read more about that later, because I kind of want to figure out what the hell happened there. Rosie, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, Rosie.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. What's up, Rosie?
Not much. I'm the person that's always on the comments yelling at you about what's happening in the world, in like Lebanon and Gaza and everything. So, and I'm in Australia, and I never catch your live streams, so it's nice to catch you for once.
Well, do you have anything you would like to yell at me about
Yes,
currently? Feel
please.
free.
I would
I'm
love-
open. I'm open to it. I'm open to it. I like to be yelled at and treated poorly. Please.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
I can yell at you about checking your DMs on Patreon because I sent you an essay about what's happening a little while ago. And there's some good resources that I'm going to send to you if anyone is curious about what's going on, especially with like the rhetoric now with Trump and, Kamala. But
Kamala, because I always think of that Mamala thing. Kamala.
Kamala. Yeah, but
Do you
I think we
have
need
you?
to-
Well, let me ask you something real quick. Have you paid any attention to that football hooligan thing?
Oh, I have indeed. In where I am, our prime minister, all of our politicians are putting out statements in support of the hooligans. I
Can you
think we are living
summarize
in-
this for anybody who doesn't know? Because basically it's in Amsterdam, right? There's
Yes.
well, first I want to say this. I am okay with, if anybody wants to know, there's a classic book about football hooliganism called Among the Thugs by Bill Buford, where there's a long history of football hooliganism. They just kind of go out and cause problems. And I'm okay with light hooliganism among sports. I remember when I was a kid, my uncle would take me to hockey games, and he would I would be a little kid, and he would get in fights and all this crap. That I'm fine, but this is so this is so bad. This is so
bad.
so. Explain to us what happened.
So basically, there's a massive group of, I'd call them Zionists, going to support the so-called Israeli team. That they were basically shouting "death to Arabs." I don't even want to say.
And there's
what
a
they were
bunch of
saying.
really terrifying videos of.
There
this
is
kind of-
video. This is why it's we are living in a Black Mirror episode. There is video evidence of them starting this, all coming together. There's a terrifying video of hundreds and hundreds of people just screaming these disgusting things on the way to this football, soccer, I honestly don't know, match. And the news starts picking up that, Palestinian, there's protests going on, and they start ripping down Palestinian flags, and all of these things just start getting out of control. And the media just picks up that no, it was actually the other way around, that people were attacking these, it was an anti-Semitic attack against Israeli people. And now Netanyahu is coming out and sending a plane to pick up, oh my God, I don't even know how to, it's
Tucker
so
Carl-
insane. I don't actually know how to explain it.
Well, it's interesting because it's there's a New York Times. I actually have the New York Times thing where it's kind of crazy because they're the way that the headline is anti-Semitic attacks on Israelis in Amsterdam. And so they're kind of framing it oh, these people just are racist. That's why they're getting into these fights. And then you watch the videos and it's this is, the media is not telling an honest story here, because then you see these videos of these guys marching around saying really murderous stuff and tearing down flags and all this, and it's okay, you're really, it is a real creepy thing to watch with the media twisting it.
Yes.
you know.
Manufacturing consent in front of us at all times. And
Yeah.
you should look into what happened with Sky News yesterday, because they put up a video explaining what was happening, and the words and the text that they put on the screen and then the video footage that they were showing did not match the storyline at all. And so they took it down and said, oh, this doesn't follow our policies of fair reporting. They put it back up. It's just a whole mess of people trying to fix this reporting now that there's videos coming out. But we probably won't hear the other end of it. It will just go quietly into the night as things do. But it's all a lie.
This is a weird thing. I heard a video came up for me where it's somebody asked somebody. I don't know if you saw this, but somebody was asking Hassan Piker, like, why don't you start your own media empire to fight, like, because we really don't have. I mean, like the Daily Wire and all these like right wing outlets, they have such a like they're so coordinated, you know. So like honest media that's just like trying to get to some kind of truth is like it's so small. Like it's literally there's like a guy. Like this dude, like, you know, Cenk Uyghur's nephew is like, it's like all on him to like report the news now. It's, you know, like people are saying, it's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like, I mean, there are other people who are like, you know, especially this incident. I have seen a bunch of videos that are actually explaining like, well, it looks like the mainstream media is twisting this around, but as far as like giant, like the giant stuff that people like a normal person would just stumble across. It's sort of small.
Yep, and it doesn't exist. Ken Klippenston, he's really good at like Substack is kind of one of the only places, except for like Instagram and X, which is a nightmare. I don't even like calling it that. But like I think too, because there's not big billionaire money, and there's no conspiracy to back. There's no one that would be willing to put up so much money because it wouldn't serve an ulterior motive like it does with Ben Shapiro and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I haven't seen that Hassan Piker thing, but I think I remember when Anna Kasparian has started talking about trying to start her own thing. I don't think that's actually what's going to happen, but it does seem like there's a conversation that needs to be had around that. But I don't think when there's so much money involved, that you're ever really going to get a nuanced, like proper take perspective, especially when so many places won't even let Palestinians on to speak. They won't even let them talk about what's happening because, you know, I know people who are losing hundreds of family members within a month. The scale is so big, people just don't want to talk about it. And I just don't think that side of things is going to serve anyone's purpose. Just like how they didn't let anyone speak at the DNC, just like they haven't let anyone speak. You know, they pull all the clips off. I think they had a really good one on MSNBC once, and they just completely took it offline, and it was almost impossible to find. It's really scary times, very scary times. And so I do appreciate the little bits that you do put in, like I think it's important to talk about, and just especially with all of the, you know, other side of things like going on. And, you know, we never talk about Tim Pool with the Russian thing. I feel like we all just moved on from that really quickly. Like there's so many things that happen.
You know what?
Like,
I think the thing that I thought with the Tim Pool Russian thing was just like, he's an idiot. I mean, look, like obviously what's funny about him, what makes him funny as a character is he's just a total opportunist. I don't think he cares about anything political. I think he's just like, he found a lane of like Trump supporters who he can like extract money from. I think that's the main thing. But it is funny. There is that clip. I forgot about this. There is that clip when he says that the Ukraine should apologize to Russia. And that's very suspicious. That definitely indicates that he had probably some knowledge of where those hundreds of thousands of dollars were coming from, I think. Which is like, which is that's a stunning. I mean, he's a little kid with no moral compass except for but
and now he's trying to have a kid.
Oh my God, that poor kid.
That poor kid do you think he'll be born with a beanie?
We should send him a little tiny beanie. He should just get
a little skateboard.
And a little skateboard. And a little like sword and musket that he could put on like
Ukrainian flag.
Yeah. All right, Rosie. Well, good update.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, come on anytime. Give us an update. Sounds like you're paying pretty good attention to this.
I will. Thank you.
Take
care.
Bye. I've been reading that book too. It's good to get like a, you know, the historical perspective the history that we never get about this too. The book is called The 100 Years War on Palestine is really good if you want to get like really like the whole history. It's hard to like unsee that too when you're watching the media and you read that book and you get the entire story. It's hard to unsee that when you're like reading about this. Let's take a few more calls here. Let's check out this. What is this? We got a Tucker Carlson clip here. What's this? What's this odd individual saying? Let's check this out.
Act in my bed by a spiritual being and clawed and left bleeding and
He's still on this thing that a demon scratched him. What, a demon bit him on the tuchus or something? What was it? A demon gave him one of these.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, a demon bit him? I didn't even catch this.
I think a demon gave him a little bite on the bottom. I think that's what he said. I think that's what he said.
I didn't know demons were so preoccupied with biting Tucker Carlson.
They're perverts, these demons. Okay, let's check.
Guard. And do I understand what happened? No, of course I don't.
I gotta really prioritize this.
Hold on a second, Gigs. Hold on. I'll bring you back. Let's hear what this idiot's saying.
Happened to me. I don't care if people believe me or not. It did. And I think it was just
I don't care if people believe me or not. I don't care. I sound like an idiot who's making stuff up. Nah, I don't care. He's really this guy who's been in like media his whole life. He's really doing this thing like people give me a hard time. I don't care. I'm kind of an underdog in a way.
Just a momentary glimpse of something that's happening at all times.
Absolutely.
Which is, again, this war between forces that we can't see, but that has been ongoing and has been, in fact, described by every culture.
By the way, if this is...
Hey, shut up. I don't want to listen to Paxton talk about this. I don't know what his problem is. Skip it.
Has described this battle, and in fact, it's been the basis of every religion.
Okay.
It's certainly the basis of Christianity, which I think is true. By the way, factually speaking, I think Christianity is true. But even if you don't, I think you can acknowledge that we're the only culture that hasn't been really absorbed in thinking and talking about this. Not since we dropped the atomic bomb in Nagasaki, the second one in August of 1945, and decided that we were gods, and the God himself no longer existed. Since then, we have been a secular society, and that's why we're now being destroyed, in my view.
I think it's...
Okay. David Paxton's going to say something. Wow, what an interesting take there from Tucker Carlson. The atomic bomb... That's like... The atomic bomb wasn't about like, geopolitical, economic crap, but it was like people stopped being Christian, so they thought they were God, and that was like a version of them being God. That is like... That's so stupid. That is so stupid that only a genius like Tucker Carlson could come up with it. Lamp, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Lamp, what's going on with you?
Oh, I was just writing out a comment about Tuk Tuk.
Oh.
Parent he is.
What do you think? A demon scratched him or whatever? Do you think it's true? Do you believe it?
Oh, I think it's absolutely true that he'll say anything at all to keep poor people from hating rich people.
Exactly. I think
that's his whole thing is he's just like, hey, we gotta make the poors just chill out again so that we can go back to like being decadent and fancy.
It's so funny that people are able, because you should be able to just look at Tucker Carlson and see his sort of like Bret Easton Ellis, like preppy vibe and be like, this guy's a scam artist.
Well, he took the bow tie off, so it's a little bit harder to tell now.
It's funny, too, when he tries to dress like a woodsy outdoorsman. It looks so inauthentic. Like
the fanciest, most expensive Eddie Bauer flannel.
It looks like it still has like the REI tags on it, It always looks totally unscratched all the time.
Can we see the floor of your workshop, please? Is there any wood shaving sound?
I'm gonna come up with a story that a demon like tried to like steal my wallet or something. I'll come up with something like there was a demon and I went down into the kitchen and he was eating my treats. And I had to wrestle. I had to wrestle.
I think that's just Ghostbusters, right? The Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, the marshmallow. Ooh, we could do that. Oh, actually, I woke up in the middle of the night and Slimer was there. Slimer was getting slime all over me. But anyway, Lamp, what's going on with you? What do you got to tell us tonight?
I mean, I feel like we're all feeling about the same right now.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of forgot what I was going to talk about because I got preoccupied with my comment, but
you got too preoccupied with this demon trying to grab.
I get worked up about those grifters. Gotta tell you.
Well, that's good. Are you did you do like an election night party or anything? Did you do anything?
Oh, I was watching you guys.
Oh, nice.
For reals.
Nice.
Having to fight people in the chat because there was some jerks in the chat.
What were they saying? What were so this was the majority
everybody
report.
Everybody was complaining about how loud the drops were and then calling Franny drunk. and then there was a whole bunch of us like, mods, ban these people.
I was told, I have to say this, I was told multiple times to turn the drops down, and I kept not doing it.
I'm so glad you didn't.
I know, because I couldn't hear them in the thing, but people thought Franny was drunk.
They're like, she needs to slow down. It's like, no, that's how she is, you idiots, you fools.
She's not. She's cool. She's cool. Like
no, she's like one of the real ones.
Should I? She actually offered to come on the show or have me on her show. Should we do it?
Oh, like 1,000%. You have Anna on. You of course you have to have Franny on.
Yeah, she's like a genuine cool person. I'm gonna get her on for sure. Maybe I'll get her on one of these Patron things and people can ask her questions.
Oh, that makes me hot.
All right.
That's awesome.
Lamp, talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I should watch a show. I haven't really watched too much of Franny's show. Bill, are you there?
Oh, hey, man.
Hey, Bill, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Wait, you know what? We actually have a guest. Do you want to talk to the guest?
There's a guest tonight?
Yeah, there's a guest. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, he's going to get in the Discord. Okay, he's having trouble getting into the Discord. Let's see. Oh, it's a pug.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Whoa. I'm a dog. Have you heard this drop? Hold on, let me play the drop. That's me. So ask me any questions you want. I'm a pug, I'm a dog. If you want to know about the dog, I want to spread some awareness of the dog community, including pugs. So, right, I'll be here all night.
Okay, so it's a pug.
Oh my.
If anybody has any pug questions, I guess this is a dog who was making those noises. If anybody wants to ask him what that's all about. But anyway, Bill, what's going on with you?
Well, I'm just having quite a time down here. I didn't realize we had a special guest pug on tonight. Is this pug is he one of the political type of pugs, or is he more neutral?
Yeah, what are your political beliefs, pug?
I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm an anarcho-capitalist.
Okay, so he's a anarcho-capitalist. What does that actually mean?
That Argentina guy. I don't know too much about the details of it, but I like that guy's hair. He has cool hair. He's like a rock and roll guy or something. What is he doing anyway?
Okay, so it sounds like his political beliefs aren't totally fleshed out, but he likes the guy in Argentina likes his hair. So I don't think you're gonna get too much out of this pug politics wise, but
That's fair. I was listening the other night and you had the monkey, and I think that he had a similar sort of situation. The one that escaped, I think.
Yeah, I think he was a situationist. Wasn't he more of a communist or something?
This is crazy. I had no idea the animal kingdom was so diverse in this political thought, but I guess they're not a monolith. And maybe this is the problem with the Democratic Party.
Yes.
They're not thinking about things at this level. They're not considering all the different dynamics that come into play when these animals are coming to the voting booth. Because there is no rule that says a dog cannot go to the voting booth.
I know. Show us the law. I did see some dogs. I drove by one of the polling places, and I did see a lot of dogs in line, but they were dressed like people. I think they were trying to trick the poll watchers. They have little jeans.
They're like the kids that get up on top of each other's shoulders. They were doing something like that, trench coat situation.
I saw a lot of that. Going on. I saw a lot of that, and I was like, God bless them. whatever it takes, if that's what they want to do.
The voter fraud. He was right. He wasn't kidding. He was right.
Well, anything else, Bill? You got anything else for us tonight?
Oh man, I'm just having quite a time down here in Florida, my friend. This election was somehow worse.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Florida, just because of how undemocratic our state is. But man, I was at the park today, and just another day. You know, people are still living their lives and moving on and doing the things they want. Kids are at the park. They're having fun. There's dogs. They're anarcho-capitalists.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting.
What part of... Well, let me guess what part of Florida you live in. Tampa.
By all means. Oh, I'm a little south of Tampa. They're the next big town up.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay.
Is that where you're from?
No, I'm not from Tampa. I'm from Miami. Miami, by the way, went for Trump. I think that was like the first time they went for a Republican in a really long time, actually.
It's like 3 decades. It's crazy. But I tell you what,
that's a crazy one.
It's alarming how badly the Democrats were able to lose so much of their base. And I don't know if you've listened to any of these reports. The Andrew Callahan Channel 5 News did some stuff talking to voters all over, but a lot of Latino voters that have totally gone against the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame them. You know, I don't think going to Trump and running to the GOP is the solution either, but it's wild to see just how poorly they seem to have performed, especially in what should have been a solidly blue district. Forget the state, but the district, that should raise some alarms. But I don't know if you've been following mainstream media. I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
How they are just locking in step behind, we're just going way too far left. And you know what? Kamala Harris, it's about as left as I've ever seen.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's true. This is a weird one. I mean, yeah, I mean that's my kind of assessment is like she kind of like went to the right. She tried to do a lot of politics, and they were just seems like they were able to also characterize her as like establishment and all this stuff, and maybe that was part of it, or maybe people were just like, you know, my personal economic situation is not good, and I'm just gonna like do whatever to try to see something different. I mean, it's individualized, a lot of this stuff, so it's hard to say what's going on in people's minds, but you know, without like a real alternative that people can see, it's like, you know, this is just gonna keep happening, I think.
And I think you're exactly right. It astounds me that every single day we just let it happen.
And I do think it's because it's so not material too. If people did see like, oh, I have healthcare now, or I have more, I have like a tangible like, you know, better housing situation, or like even like something like, oh, there's like a public supermarket, you know, there's like a publicly owned supermarket with like that the supermarkets have to compete against like these real kind of like material things. I think then you might like, because it's so like politics now is so like feels based and non-material, and so it's just like switching all over, flipping and twitching and twisting all over the place, you know. If we could get it back to some like real material thing that's like uninteresting but is like actually helping people, that I think that you would not see this kind of wild creepy stuff.
You're exactly right. It's a matter of, like we always talk about, class consciousness. I think Ronald Reagan said that. But you're right. If people were more just aware of the situation, but how do you do that when you go on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and they're all saying, "Oh, too far left. We gotta get to the right if we are ever going to get ahead for Democratic Party." Like, to have the owner class control all of these major media outlets is wild. It's so consolidated. They're doing everything in lockstep. And how do you overcome that? Because normal people I go to work, I talk to regular people. They're not political. They voted for Joe Biden. They voted for Trump. They're back and forth. My economy hurts. My wallet hurts. I'm leaving. I'm going back to Trump. I swore I would never vote for him again last year, but also, hey, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to vote for him because I hate Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That's what it is. All right, Bill. Check ya later. Oh, we got more Tucker clip stuff here. This guy, I can't believe that this guy is still out there. This got 1.1 million views in what, like a day? How do people look at this guy, Vivek? I cannot believe he's still around. I thought this guy would immediately be forgotten. Because he is just like, it's just like, he just, not only is he actually a scammer, but he like presents as a scammer.
Hold 2,000 people show up.
Okay.
But they couldn't hold 2,000, so the rest were lined up outside, and people just wanted to be heard.
Okay, go
Did
ahead.
I see evidence of cats and dogs being eaten? I didn't see evidence of that. What I did see evidence of was a woman being chased out of a store with a machete, her dog by an illegal immigrant who was in this country, which didn't get reported on by the news at all, but was a function of a woman who actually came and told that story of her daughter, who was literally being chased with a machete out of a grocery store, called the police, and the police didn't show up for hours, and they didn't follow up with an investigation either. So I thought people...
Okay, great. Awesome. Richard Wolff was talking about this. I saw him talking about this. I mean, this guy is just like, it's basically the same thing as like the Tim Pool thing, where he's like, I can make money from this. I can make money from this. People on the MAGA thing, I could make some money from that. That seems to be this guy. But Richard Wolff was talking about this, like people, like the immigrant scare thing, like how much of a redirect it is, how much of a propaganda scam it is, and like that's this guy. I mean, it's so funny it's the same thing with Tucker Carlson, where it's like, how do you not, like, this guy is like basically like telling you he's a scammer. How are we not seeing that? Big G, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, Big G, I can hear you.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? I'm just having some slime liquor.
Wait, I'm on the show. This is real.
You're real. You're on.
Oh my God.
The whole world's watching you.
Oh God.
You're under the spotlight. They're all judging you. They're all judging you, making assessments. Is this guy cool or not?
Oh my God. Well, that's easy. Not cool. But hey, just wanted to say, hey, thanks for. You did you did a little thing for my little dumb graduation. I think my brother might know you from the Brooklyn show. I came out to your Brooklyn show.
Oh, no way. No way. And what's the graduation? You graduated or he graduated?
I graduated a little it's like a nothing, little residency graduation. It's not a real thing.
Okay. All right. No, that sounds like something.
Yeah, but thanks, man. Yeah, I met you out at the Brooklyn show. Great show. Just wanted to say, I had a little weird story where I was driving home from work and I was stuck behind a truck on the highway that was on fire.
Uh-huh.
And I was listening to the radio and I happened to tune into some conservative talk radio in New Jersey. So they were asking about people voting for Kamala. So I thought they were like, hey, anybody voting for Kamala, pipe up. So I thought I'd pipe up, and it was an absolute disaster. They cut me off, and then I called back, let me back on, and they cut me off again, and it was a nightmare. But I try to get my point across about, to people trying to really make sure they know what they're voting for before they go ahead and cast. But that probably fell on deaf ears.
Well, you tried, Big G, but congratulations to you. God damn it.
Flushing toilets.
Here we go.
Let's watch some more. Let's see what else this goddamn Zizek is talking about.
You know, Professor, going on to issues that are affecting society nowadays,
right.
With the election coming up in the US, we're seeing a lot of key policy issues that are being discussed. One of them is immigration, and actually immigration is something perhaps that is a key concern in many countries across the world. How do you regard the way immigration is being presented, is being handled? We're hearing some terrible comments, obviously by some of the candidates about how they regard immigrants. What's your take on that?
Go ahead, Jay.
First, I would say that I know the situation in Europe. Again, my position is against both extremes. I don't agree with this easy liberal left position, just open up the borders and so on. No, first, if you open up the borders, the populist anti-immigrant right will win. What will you do then? Macron already did something incredible. I support him. How did he prevent Le Pen from taking over? By practically, at least partially, cancelling democracy. The specificity of French constitution imposed by de Gaulle in early 60s is that the president can nominate the government and the government can be operative even without being confirmed in Assemblée Nationale, in the parliament.
Okay, this goes on and on, but if anybody wants to watch this video, what the hell is it called? Philosopher, it's like 11 days ago. It's kind of an interesting part where he's talking about Sweden and how the Swedish healthcare system would fall apart if it weren't for immigrants because they wouldn't be able to fund it. So there's some interesting stuff. Jules, are you there? What the hell is that? All that noise in the background?
Hello.
Hi, Jules. How are you?
Hey, what's up? Long time listener, first time caller.
Oh my God, first time, long time. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for this, live stream. It's making my Sunday night a bit less dull.
No, well, thank you. Thank you. No problem. Anytime. Well, what's on your mind tonight? Where are you? What's the accent and where are you?
Oh, okay, good question. I'm in Philly, based in Philadelphia.
Okay.
But I was born and raised in Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you like Philly? What's Philly like?
Philly's great. It's kind of a smaller city / town, so the price of living is not like so outrageous, which is nice compared to like rent prices in like, I don't know, Boston or whatever. So we're kind of enjoying that, I think. I am, at least.
All right.
And of course there's like, but it's the cost of living is pretty much bearable, so which is nice.
Not bad. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Jules, what's on your mind? What's going on?
Oh man, what's going on? I have a big exam on Tuesday. This is something for work, and it's like such a doozy. So I'm just
stressing you out.
A little bit, but I'm a fatalist, so it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's good. That's a good way to think about it. Are you prepared or what?
I am not prepared.
Okay. Do you just
prepared.
Do you have to like take a test, or you have to give a presentation, or what is it?
It's a
maybe
test.
We can help. Okay.
It's a test, but it's a multiple choice test.
Ooh.
So technically speaking, there's an element of luck there, and we're just like crossing our fingers and hoping for that.
Is there a way you could cheat on this test?
Oh no, no way.
Oh man.
Yeah, one of those.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. I accepted that when I transitioned from true muscular class to an office, desk rat.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, good to hear from you, Jules. Have fun in Philly. Good luck on your test. You'll do fine.
Yeah.
It's multiple choice. It's probably fine. You'll be fine.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so. Yo, thanks so much.
Yeah, let us know how it goes, all right? Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So it was a manipulation, but it worked.
Okay.
France is not in chaos and so on. So the first thing I would say is don't focus just on this. Open the border, yes, not.
Okay.
Ask yourself why these waves of immigration. And there are two reasons which are not often mentioned. The first one is that, let's be frank, without American intervention in in Iraq or Western intervention in Libya or the mess in Syria, where Russia and the West intervened, there would have been no ISIS, there would have been much less immigration. I think the solution is to rethink the entire economic political relationship. Now people tell me we don't have time to do this. Yes, we have to begin now. Second thing, more important, that what right-wingers don't want to hear. I know pretty well the situation all around Europe. Do you know that, let's say that somehow whoever who is now more right-wing, Swedish government, Meloni in Italy, and so on, let's say that they succeed throwing out most of the immigrants. It's immediate collapse of economy because all these...
That's true. That's true. That's why I suspect the we're gonna kick everybody out thing is not gonna happen because it would be like an economic disaster, right? Whoa, you pay $1,900 a month? Oh my God. Let's do rent talk. See who else is in the chat. See who else is in the chat. Omar, are you there? Omar, are you there?
Hi.
Omar.
Oh, hey.
Omar,
how's it going?
What's up, Omar?
Not much. I actually have a question and a comment after this week.
Yes, please. Please.
First comment. Like last time I called in, I mentioned something about Florida and Texas. I just want to apologize for that because I lived in Orlando for 6 months, and the DSA there was probably the most welcoming DSA I've ever worked with.
The DSA Orlando.
Yeah.
Wow. Orlando, a weird place, right?
I was actually living in Lake Mary.
Okay.
So I didn't spend that much time in Orlando proper, but yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, that might be a bit of a blanket statement for me. Hey, Orlando, just weird. But it does have a weird, it's like weird how so many people work for like Disney and all that stuff. And there's like, there's been a lot of stories coming out about Orlando, and then that movie, The Orlando Project, and all that stuff. It's definitely like eyes are kind of more on Orlando than they used to be. It used to be just kind of like when I lived in Florida, it was just like, oh, this is a kind of a weird place. And now people are actually like breaking it down, what actually goes on in Orlando, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, tell us about what's going on.
So my main question is, and I just wanted to get your experience with canvassing or activism, because, I know a lot of people are despondent right now. A lot of people are disappointed and depressed, and I was like really, I guess, kind of shocked by the election results. And we really shouldn't have been that
right
surprised by the results of the election.
Yeah.
And I saw a comment and, on Reddit, and that's the worst place to get information, but that, basically saying that people who are surprised by the election results are in an echo chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'm wondering, to what extent do you agree with that? And how can we reach out to people on the other side? And I'm going to just preface this by saying I'm bad at talking to people about politics. I can't talk to my mom about trans women in sports without getting into a shouting match.
Right. Yeah, no, this is
because I lose my cool really easily.
Yeah. This is very common. I mean, this is like, you're asking a very specific question, which is like, how do you talk to people who are kind of like, whether they're just like, they've kind of been, manipulated by conservative media and all that stuff. Like, how do you get through to them? And I think like, it's weird because I know for sure like from my own experience, if you like get confrontational with them, they're just gonna defend themselves. Like it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if you're right or anything. They just don't want to lose, you know? So you have, I think, like just kindness, just being kind, and like, you know, just being very socially intelligent about it. You know, you have to come to people like that, whether it's like a family member, and a lot of people just avoid it because they're like, well, I'm not gonna, maybe I'm not gonna get through to them, so they just end up avoiding it. But if you really wanted to get through to them, it's probably gonna be, you're gonna have to be charming and kind, you know, on an individual level. But yeah, I mean that's really the only way, because otherwise people's defense mechanism pops up, you know, especially if they're like being brainwashed by this media, you know. So you have to be, you have to show them like, no, look, we're in this together, and be kind, and, you know, not tell them they're wrong. You know, you have to show them what you believe and why it matters to you, you know. And then like,
right.
And I think you're totally right with it. It's funny because like getting involved in like real local politics stuff is like, it's like nothing but good comes from it, I think. You know, like you meet people, you make new friends, you're actually doing real political stuff rather than just like what the media is doing, which is like watching this dead end, you know. And I do think, because I've done a lot of that stuff, and it does, like, it makes you just a better person, you know, and you're like doing good. So it's like, there's no downside to it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the only thing with me, it's a selfish con for me. It's like just like getting over certain, and I think, you know, this is probably a lot of people, like getting over insecurities, getting over self-doubts, and being afraid of, like, for me, I'm like, I make Ben Shapiro look tall, and I'm like, who's going to take me seriously when I go out canvassing, right? But it's like kind of getting over those self-doubts and still trying to remind yourself, I try to remind myself that it's not about me, it's about the larger political project. But I guess that leads to like another part of this question. It's like, how can we be activists for the left when we don't really have anyone in power to make good on like leftist promises, you know, like Medicare for all, or a ceasefire in Gaza? Like, we don't have anyone in office or in high office to really make that a reality, or materialize those endeavors or those goals. I mean, it seems like there's like a disconnect there. But,
yeah, well, no, I mean, think about like, remember when Bernie Sanders was getting really popular? I've been thinking about this a lot. Remember when like in 2020 there was like a Bernard Saunders surge or whatever? Bernard Saunders was basically, his whole like political idea was like, let's try to make America more like the Nordic countries. Like that was his whole thing, right? But if you look into like how did the Nordic countries get there, it was basically from like striking, and like people are just, you know, like they do like real world political stuff, and then that like changed, like politicians and people in power had to react to that. So like I think that like your question is like, well, there's no representation. Well, I think that's kind of how it happens, you know. And this is okay. Like, yeah, and like what you're doing. Also, I'm sensing a little bit of like you're nervous about it, but like you should. I think you should be proud of what you're doing, and that like even if you are like nervous about doing it, like you're exposing yourself to this, and that's like making you better. You know, that's making you tougher and stronger, and you're gonna have to like interact with people who disagree with you, and you're gonna have to do uncomfortable things, and that's like how you get better, you know. That's how you get tougher and stronger, I think.
Yeah, the last activism I did was like canvassing for uncommitted in Wisconsin. So yeah, I just joined the DSA again, and we'll see what good comes of that. I'm also thinking about I don't know. I'm wondering how people are feeling about joining third parties like the PSL or, I don't know, not the Greens, but it doesn't seem worthwhile, but.
Well, yeah, now no, but I think you're doing the right thing. I think you're doing where like that kind of thing would start, where people start getting involved, and then those higher ups and like those parties will have to start reacting to the fact that people are actually getting more doing real political things in their real life. That was the example about the Nordic countries, is people like do political stuff there, and then the political class reacts to it. I think that's kind of how it works. But we're like in the baby, I mean, this is like we live in a very like corporately controlled criminal country, so like we're in the baby phases of that. But I think you're doing the right thing.
All right. Oh, yeah. Organizing, some organizing is better than none, right?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, it's like you got to start somewhere, but keep us updated, Omar. Will you give us like updates on what you're doing and how it's going?
Sure thing. I'll try to give like dispatches from the Madison DSA.
Hell yeah. Bye, Omar. Hell yeah, Omar. Rachel the Snail, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me all right?
Rach! Yeah, I can hear you. It sounds really good. What kind of mic we working with here?
I'm on the AirPods team. Like, I forget who called earlier, but they
do sound really good. Why are they sounding so good? Why are they sounding so good out here?
I don't know. They better sound good. They cost a decent amount of money, so...
How much are people dropping on these AirPods?
I don't know. These ones were a gift, but like... I think they're like $150, $200. I think for like the pros, it's ridiculous.
Whoa!
Like I said, these were a gift. I didn't drop that much on these, but
all right. They do sound pretty good though. I don't know if they sound 150 good, but they sound pretty good. Well,
all right, I'll take good.
All right. What's going on, Rachel?
I mean, I'm a little bummed about the election results, but aren't we all? Really disappointed in Ohio, because I'm from Ohio, live in California now.
It's weird.
But it's like, I expected Trump to take Ohio, but, they didn't reelect Sherrod Brown, which I just thought that was really surprising. And I remember like Emma Vigeland talking about it on the Majority Report, like, Sherrod Brown's Teflon, and he has been, even when Ohio's gone right. In the presidential election, Sherrod Brown has won, and Sherrod's done a lot for Ohio. He's from my hometown. Like my grandma knew his mom. Like, I don't know. It's just, I always really liked Sharon, and I thought he did a lot of advocacy for the East Palestine train disaster. And it's like, guys, you literally voted for a used car salesman. What are you doing? Like Bernie Moreno is literally like a used car salesman. That's in his resume. It's like, and then there was oh, sorry, go ahead.
What do you think happened there?
I mean, I think part of it is a lot of left-leaning people have left Ohio, myself included. I know almost all of my family, they've left to go to other states. So I think a lot of kind of the college-educated people are graduating and leaving Ohio. And then it's just, I think there's probably a lot of people, who just either didn't vote or, just not a lot of critical thinking skills going on.
This guy's sort of a lunatic, this Bernie Moreno guy. True or false?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's a lunatic. And then, I saw some of the campaign ads he was running on Sherrod, and it's just like, he was basically running on trans people bad. Like,
I saw a lot of that too in Texas. Yeah. I went to like a UT game, and like all the ads, all these political ads were like, there's a transgender person right behind you. They're trying to get you. Like every ad was like, it's like, well, what is this? It's like
just a lot of fear mongering. And like, there was also ending gerrymandering was on the ballot. And I think that's another thing that leads to situations like this is like, if you look at Ohio's district map, it's atrocious. And I think they've gone to court about it, and they've said, hey, you need to change it. And then it never got changed. So there was a grassroots effort to get it on the ballot, which it was, but the Secretary of State like made the ballot language horrible. Like it was basically like, if you looked at it, it's like a vote for this or a vote yes for this is to not, he was like using like double negatives. Like it was really confusing ballot language. And I think they even tried to take that to court. It went to the Ohio Supreme Court. The Ohio Supreme Court's all Republicans. I think one of them is actually the governor's son. You know, they didn't change the ballot language. So I think once people got to the polls, they got really confused on what to vote for. I was really kind of disappointed in that. Even though I don't live there anymore, it's like I've lived there most of my life. You know, I'm kind of disappointed in the people, my fellow people in Ohio. And then on the California side, you know, I was really disappointed about that, like, slavery proposition or anti-slavery proposition not passing. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I mean, I was like, what is the explanation on this? You know, and the one thing that I read was like people didn't get it. People didn't understand the wording of the law or something. But like, yeah, I think people are still trying to figure out what happened there in California, because it's that seems like such an easy one. Like, yeah, no, you shouldn't be paying prisoners like a quarter, like, you know, three quarters an hour to, like, you know, do basically forced labor. And they're like, how did you guys miss that one?
Yeah, and it's like they're sending these prisoners to like fight fires, and prisoners are dying like basically against their will to fight wildfires. Like, I went on the San Francisco subreddit, and sometimes they get a little crazy, but people on there were saying, well, if you don't want to do forced labor, don't do crime. But it's more nuanced than that. Like,
yeah, that might not be the most thoughtful take right there, based on what they're,
I mean,
like,
that's what people were saying. Like, I don't know, but
all right. Well, Rachel, thanks for the update. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Rachel from Ohio. Right there. This is a crazy one. From LAist, banning forced labor. This is from today. State prisons proposition at risk of failing. Every morning, tens of thousands of incarcerated individuals in California prisons must work a job they did not necessarily choose. So I think that's how the law worked. It was like, hey, look, you can't force people to do this. They can choose. If they're in prison, they have to opt into this extremely, it's not even low paid, it's like unpaid forced labor. They cook and serve meals. They keep the facilities clean. They collect, wash, and distribute laundry. If prisoners decide to stop reporting to their assigned jobs, or if they attempt to prioritize education, blah, 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 they could get in trouble. They face disciplinary infractions. For lifers, write-up documenting refusing to work spells almost certain doom toward hopes of parole. If you don't go to work, they're going to punish you. California voters. Oh, so here's some of the explanations for this bizarre vote in California. Low budget campaign. So they didn't have the budget to, like, promote what this was about. Is Prop 36 influencing polling on forced labor? Democratic Assembly member, some lady who sponsored the bill that placed this anti-forced labor thing on the ballot, said the measure could be lagging because of broad support for another criminal justice initiative on some other thing. Okay, so it might have been, people might have been distracted by this other thing. Who knows? I think more is going to come out about that, because that is just weird. That is.
It's weird.
Let's take some more calls. Gobble, gobble. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Gobble, gobble. How did you get your name?
I just had to remake mine because it was my real God-given name before.
Okay. Good choice. What's going on, Gobble?
Oh, I don't know. I'm very appreciative of the show and of you.
Thanks.
I remember in high school, like 5 years ago, kids at the table would be debating who was smarter between Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson. And I was just sitting there like, I feel like this isn't quite right, but Yeah, your show is the.
Maybe so you think some of these kids might be watching my show?
Well, we talk about the mammas and peepaws, but I think you got to watch out for the 11 and 12-year-olds that love Ben Shapiro.
Well, they think he's one of them, maybe, because he looks like a little boy. Kind of looks like a little boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they're like finally
like
some finally some little boy representation in media. They say
exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Have you seen the 20-minute video of him flexing his biceps?
I'm out in Miami, ho.
I don't think I've seen that. I think I know. I think I might have seen like an image, like a screen cap of it or something. What is he trying to show off? Do you think he's handsome or something?
Yeah, every live stream he flexes the guns.
Oh my god.
I am handsome, you moron.
It's Ben Shapino's on the line.
I am handsome. I'm beautiful, and I know it. Okay, anyway, I gotta go. Bye.
Okay. Ben Shapino made an appearance. Wow.
Yeah,
that's funny. I mean, you know, that's kind of interesting. Like that people still. It's funny that those guys are still around. Almost, you know, you would think that would have worn out its appeal by now.
Yeah. Well, where they're really popping off is on these short, like TikTok and such, because they'll just play like the first 5 seconds of a video. You don't even see their faces, and then all of a sudden, Ben Shapiro's face is in the corner, and all of a sudden, it's one of his videos. You get tricked.
Yeah, and then there's those like Jubilee type videos where he's like, actually, blah 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 blah. Those are so bad. I mean, people love that stuff, but it's like really like. First of all, I don't know. I think I've said this in videos. Those aren't quote unquote real debates. Like I've seen a few real debates and they're almost kind of boring. The format is almost kind of boring. It's like basically somebody gives a speech and the speech is very well researched with a lot of like backup material. Then someone else gives their speech and then they respond to each other, you know? And even those, it's like the only thing that's really going to do for you is like, hey, maybe I should read about this. Maybe I should look into this and see who's telling the truth and see if these examples they're giving really add up. The stuff on like Jubilee and all that is just straight up like trash. It's just like nobody learns anything. It's all about who's like the loudest. It's just like garbage. It's just and it's stupid and I guess
only
people
5 hours long.
And it's you know, I mean, I'm sure good moments come out of that stuff, you know, but it's generally not like, you know, it's not like gonna make people learn anything, you know.
And was it on your show where you were talking about how the founder is some like conservative Christian guy who just wants to bring us back to like, you know, the Bush era years where we could debate each other?
Oh God, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, anyway, Gobble, good to talk to you. Good to talk to you. Good to talk to you. What else we got here? Should we watch some Patrick Bet David? The Patrick Bet David election night thing. That's so funny. I wonder, like, who goes to that? You know, you're in Florida. I'll go check out Patrick Bet David's live election coverage. I would like to go to that just to see, like, who's it. It's probably just, like, other, like, aspiring con artists. It's just a bunch of people like quote unquote networking, but they're all like trying to sell each other some crypto scam. That sounds like fun. That sounds like a fun party right there. Putrid Earth, are you there? Putrid Earth.
Hello?
Putrid Edith, sorry.
How's it going?
Hey, Putrid Edith, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a little hungover.
You are?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, you sicko. You went overboard.
I did. We our local ag society just hosted a big chicken and rib dinner last night for our community and got a little out of hand.
Did you embarrass yourself in any way that you'd like to report? You'd like to repent?
No, I don't think so. I was definitely not the worst one there.
Okay. Who was the worst? Give us an example of somebody who was acting a fool.
I'm a little bit mad at this guy, Mark. If you want to tell him that he's an asshole, that'd be great.
Yeah, Mark, you idiot. What's wrong with you?
Thank you.
Get your act together. Get your act together. People were trying to have fun, and you made it not fun, Mark. You pendejo.
Right?
Pendejo. What was he doing? Give us some examples of Mark's little attitude. He's an enemy. He's already an enemy of the show.
Yeah, he was in charge. Well, it's kind of a long story, but he was in charge of buying all the alcohol for this event.
Huge mistake putting Mark in charge of that. Yeah.
And I run a brewery in our town, and he's got a little bit of history with my parents and didn't order beer from our brewery. And everyone was kind of like, what? That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So it got into a little bit of a thing, but we got beer there, and he's going to be off the society in like 3 weeks. So we're counting the days.
So he just kind of slighted you a little bit.
To spite my parents, yeah.
Wow. What do you think his problem is? He's got some kind of a problem or something?
Yeah, he's just likes to be the center of attention, and he would never like call my parents and tell them anything. It would have to be at some like event where he can make a big scene out of it, you know?
A little bit of a drama queen, this Mark.
Exactly.
All right. Well, big shout out. What would we call it? Like an anti shout out to Mark.
Yeah, a communal boo.
Get your shit together, Mark. You jerk. All right. Well, thanks, Putrid. A big thumbs down to Mark. What if Mark sees this? He's like, well, what did I do? Duke Vulture, Are you there?
I am here, RM. How are you?
Good. Duke Vulture, I think you're the final call of the night. Oh, you know what? I should say this. People are saying boo Mark. Mark, everyone hates you, Mark. But
no.
I know. I should say, like, I'm thinking about maybe we'll merge the comments. I'll put up a comments after this, but maybe we'll merge the comments and the patron-only live stream. I don't know.
Ooh.
What do you guys think about that? Put that in the chat. But anyway,
I'm here for that.
Okay, we'll do it. Duke, what's up? What do you got to say to the beautiful people?
I got the Sunday scaries, guys.
You
I got
do?
the Sunday scaries. Yeah, like I don't really want to go back to work. I'm worried about where things are going.
Right.
And I'm just I'm just hanging on by a thread.
Well, one thing that can like ease the Sunday scaries, I feel like, is there anybody at work who you like really get along with?
No. I work with a bunch of Trump voters, like that have really like drank the Kool-Aid, for lack of a better term.
No. Do you think it might be time to like secretly, covertly look for maybe another place to work?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I gotta get out of there.
You'll find something. But yeah, you don't want.
I sure hope so.
You don't want to be surrounded all day by a bunch of people. But you know, I mean.
Well, I work remotely, so like I'm not surrounded by them.
Okay.
But
Okay. But you have to interact with them.
Yeah, I have to interact with them, and they're on one.
It's weird.
Right.
They're really on one right now.
Are they like PBD fans? Are they PBD type guys?
Oh, dude, the one the other day was like, yeah, I just started watching Charlie Kirk debates. I think they're great. I'm like, bro, he's an idiot and a racist. What? And he's like, what? He's not a racist. I'm like, bro, he's literally a racist. Like, everything he says is a racist dog whistle. And he's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm defending a racist. Like, okay, like, admit it, bro. That's fine. It doesn't. And then I got yelled at for talking about politics in the work chat.
Oh my god!
I caught the stray on that because I told him that his internet favorite dude is a fucking big dummy head.
Well, you spoke your mind. It's funny because also like a lot of these guys just come off as annoying. Like
yeah, dude.
Like Charlie Kirk is irritating. PBD is annoying. Like what's the other guy? Vivek. They're just
they're fucking obnoxious. And Charlie's face is too small. I said it.
They're dorks too.
Yeah, they're a bunch of nerds, man.
They're losers, and you're right. They are like creeps, but they're also like dorks. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't understand the appeal. I really don't.
Well, Duke Vulture, we're in the same boat with trying to figure out this why people are attracted to these media idiots, but. Who knows? Let's read the chat real quick. Let's read the chat. Let's see what the hell the chat's saying. Oh my god. live comments would go crazy. Tell dude that dogs can eat a grape or two. Aren't they poisonous? Let's see. Maybe we could get a take from the dog.
Oh,
I can't hear you.
oh yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, no, I can eat as many grapes as I want. I mean, I kind of have a psychedelic experience when I eat grapes.
Okay, you do, cause you're. Hold on, cause you're poisoning yourself.
Yeah, I almost died a couple times, but I love the way they taste. To me, it's worth it. I've almost died multiple times, just absolutely going crazy on some grapes, but it's worth it.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna die if you keep doing that.
No, I eat chocolate too.
Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that laugh. Well, maybe okay, let's take one final call, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Discord doesn't let me read some people's names, so I'm gonna just say D. D, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
D, what up?
Yeah, I'm a teacher, and the election is always, it's always tough around election because you don't want to really show your bias in front of kids.
You have to kind of walk a little bit of a tightrope as a teacher.
Yeah, and I teach civics, and so it's especially, and I also teach philosophy. So these things really, pop up a lot. And
I imagine so. I had a cool civics teacher that showed us Wall Street, the movie Wall Street.
Nice.
And I went to a kind of like a conservative high school, and I think she was cool, and was like, I'm gonna kind of like smuggle this in, But I always liked that. She was like, here's Wall Street. Check out Wall Street.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that would be nice is. So many times it feels like, especially since COVID, anything that you put out there, the parents are like kind of like on it. They're like, all right, what's the, is there a secret political message here? And so you kind of have to, it feels like you got to get, sign-offs on pretty much everything. But
that's a weird thing that's happening where we've been hearing about this for a while is that coming from like media propaganda where they're trying to get your kids and parents are getting kind of weird about that? You think that's coming from the media?
Yeah, well, I definitely felt like it was most pronounced during COVID for sure.
Right.
I think it's sort of eased a bit, but yeah, a lot of that the anti-vax, all that stuff is like still out there, and definitely seems to be misinformation kind of problem as far as that goes. But then yeah, it's just like they're brainwashing your kid's going to be trans, things like that. It's
right. So you're kind of like contending with a bunch of this kind of what seems to me like media influence stuff where they're forming these very strong beliefs based on the media, and they're like kind of freaking out instead of like, I don't know, like I remember reading about the Finnish school system where it's like, they really put a lot of resources into having a good public school system, and there's like a high level of trust, and parents aren't like that, and it's like, it is very sad. It's like, oh man, we're like in conflict with these teachers who are trying to like, take care of our kids. It's such a weird, troubling problem that you're dealing with.
Yeah, and it has to do with like community. Like I taught in public for a while, and I moved to private, a much smaller community, and like just that alone helps a ton because, you're not a stranger as much.
Right.
So, but yeah, there's still like a lot of paranoia about what are the kids learning. But if I could say real quick, I feel really bad about the election because like when I was teaching Plato's Republic this semester, and in Book 9, you go from democracy to tyranny.
Right.
And we were covering Book 9 this week, and I just should have scheduled it differently. I mean, I'm sorry, everybody. It made for a great class. Made for a great Wednesday class. I'm telling you, the kids were like locked in, but it's my bad.
I think they're gonna stay locked in. It sounds good. It sounds good. Keep us updated on what's going on in this class, okay?
All right. Thanks, RM.
Later, D. Later, D. I wonder if he has any Andrew Tate kids in his class. You know, talking about how they're gonna drive a Lambo to school. But anyway, guys, hope you're doing good. I guess maybe we'll do this live stream every Sunday with including comments. That could be fun. So I will talk to you next Sunday. Unless we find out, I'll do a poll actually to see when the best day for this is. This is like an experimental stream to just see if it works. And then we'll really lock the thing down and get
weird.
And we'll act like a bunch of
toilets.
All right. Talk to you